Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Big game, first name James. He interviewed, he called the games. Silver Blue, you know the name. From the Emmitt Smith to the Michael Irv. We beating skins, shooting birds. I see a Bengal snatch it out his fur. Favorite team on the planet Earth. From Monday night to Sunday church. DJ putting in the work. I'm tuning in, no need to search. Through thick and thin and good and worse. Them Cowboys, click clack Cowboys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Done did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click clack Cowboys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that wins. Silver and blue done did it out from the deck to the Zeke, from the O down to the D. Just like you cannot see them boys, no you can't see producer G. Oh no, you can't go. Stay for the show, you locked down like Hot Boys D on 4th and Go. Now from the field to the streets, from the shoes into the cleats, from the jersey to this hat, that's my team, make me complete. Now from the field to the streets, from the shoes into the cleats, from the jerseys to the hat, that's my team, make it complete. How about them Cowboys? Click like Cowboys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Done did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like
Broadcasting
Cowboys.
live from the streets of Houston. It's the realest Dallas Cowboys talk in the nation. From analytical breakdowns to the fans' perspective. It's the show with your hosts, Big Game James and Producer G.
It just always hits right.
How about
Yeah, that guitar,
Cowboys?
that part with that guitar is hard.
Hey, I actually met the guy that he had, because he had him like when he did rapping, he had him in his band. So because he wanted to have authentic beats, he just didn't want to be one of those guys that always had like the
that's hard.
turntables and the mic. So he always kept that guitar. So if anytime he wanted to switch up the game, he could. And I love how he did that. He said, when I create this song for you, I want it to be totally different like everything else. So let me kind of freak out how I want. And damn it, you did the damn thing, son. I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, I can't remember. That was, I think that was back in 2018 or something. So that was a long time ago. But I can remember when we got that, like thinking like, oh shit, you know. But it's still going strong, like almost a decade later. It's crazy.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Appreciate you, dog. Love you.
Yeah. So we got last day of camp in Oxnard today.
Woo! That went
after
quick.
This, we got a game. Yeah, we got a game Saturdays, and then it's back to Texas. And then one more after that, and then it's regular season time. They did not allow filming on today's practice, but they showed some stuff beforehand. But one of the things that was being talked about before we get into the juicy stuff with the practice was Von Miller being there in pads. And, they said that he actually looked pretty solid. He only played 4 snaps today. But before we go further, I just want to tell anyone tuning in right now, appreciate you watching in the chat. Leave the comments. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel so you could be right here every time we go live. Like the video. That really helps us out a lot, too. And if you can, share it around. Appreciate you all.
And
we'll
we like donations. If you like to drop them, we like to take them. Because I'm trying to get my airline ticket tonight, G. Matter of fact, I'm trying to get my airline ticket tonight.
Oh, you doing last minute.
Yeah, but the good thing is about Southwest Airlines, they the good airlines. Don't mess with American. American gonna get you. Nope, go to that good Southwest. Pretty good deal. I looked at the flight 2 weeks ago, and then I looked at it again, and it's still around the same price. But if you like to donate to help the cause, that'd be great. But we're going to try to go ahead and knock that out tonight so we can get back home to the motherland, see my family. Just talked to my cousin literally like 10 minutes ago. We get that sold down. We be at camp Tuesday and Wednesday. See the peoples. Already talked to a few people down there. You know we're going to tape, G. We get down there. You know we're going to film. We're going to get some good scenes. We're going to have a good time. We're going to probably go live. Producer G, myself. Once we get in a little telly, all that good stuff. And we're going to have a good time with that. So hopefully, Lord willing, everything works out. We take care of it tonight, and we going back to the motherland next week.
Yeah, we need you to get there, get some feet on the ground. I need to get back in the mix, go back to some games. That's always fun. Just talking to other fans and, getting perspectives from them too, and creating content with the fans as well out there. So, but yeah, before we get into the thick here, we're going to talk a little bit about today with the camp. Von Miller, last day in Oxnard, and we're going to jump into some 53-man roster predictions, the way too early version. It's just going to be kind of at this point, up to this point right now after today, what your prediction is going to be, who's going to make those back-end spots on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
So, we should start with, let's see, Von Miller. Since, he was signed, we already talked much about it. We don't have to hit on that very long at all, but just wanted to kind of show this little clip here of him. And this is courtesy of John Machota out there, who's been on the ground putting out good stuff all day. So, this is Von Miller in pads, running some drills. Yeah, the word was that he had 4 plays and he had got pressure on at least 2 of them. I guess he was credited with like a hurry. So he's already stepping in, like he said, rolling out of bed and making an impact immediately. And he just looks good. Just doing them drills, he looks good. You could just see, he
looks in shape.
Yeah, he's just got natural ability, with that. So you could just see it right there, like on display. You could tell, he's a real deal.
I'm excited. I'm excited that he's here. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what they're saying. The pass rush metrics, they ain't what they used to be. Don't get so hyped up over the 9 sacks because so many things could be overblown. I get it. I understand it. I looked at the tape too. But at the end of the day, just like he said when we had the video a few days ago, I'm more than just the field. I'm off the field too. I just feel like that's going to be priceless and unmeasurable what it's going to do to help the other guys in that room. Just like you said, he looks good. He looks in shape. He was really putting those workouts in. And as I said before, this is the big thing that I'm going to say about Von Miller. When it's a third down, it's a big game. And they need to get off the field. They need to get a sack. That's where Von Miller is his best. That's what he said himself. I'm best at crunch time. That's why you want to get him, because he's a closer, right? He might not be starting the game, but he could be closing that game. And if you ain't getting a lot of snaps and you're fresh and then you come at the end of the game and all they do is say, peel your ears back and just go get that guy, that's what he's great at. And I can see him making some big plays in some critical games this year that can really help the team. So, like I said, I'm excited about it. I'm not like, oh, he's the missing piece. But, damn it, he's sure enough going to help this team.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of run through this Twitter feed or X feed, whatever you want to call it now, and then just kind of take a little look at what was going on today, some of the activity. Again, they couldn't film today, so there's not going to be a lot of video footage, but there was some little things that slipped out, especially the one-on-one work, that kind of thing. They didn't show a lot of the team drills today. That's what we didn't get to see. But right here you see Turpin on downs, getting beat on a one-on-one there, but, Turpin, it's so hard for a defender. Yeah, Turpin's just too fast.
He's still jumping to catch that damn ball.
Yeah. Well, probably 'cause it's probably hard to throw to him because of how little he is.
Just put your damn hands out and catch the ball.
And there's John Machota again coming through with the Von Miller. A lot of John Machota on the feed here. It says this one here, DeMarvion Overshown, Jake Ferguson got into a scuffle, so there's still some lingering, aggression from that Saints practice, I guess. It says here that Ferguson didn't appear to like something that happened on a tackle and threw the ball at Overshown. We don't know what, but that just shows you, though, there's still some feistiness going on.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Flournoy here still doing his thing. I mean, this offense is going to be...
He's going to have a fabulous year. He's going to have a... You know what's funny? I was looking at some stats. Remember when the Vikings, that 98 year when they had Chris Carter, Jake Reed, and Randy Moss, and that was like, oh, remember when they had all that offense and it was crazy and it was like, this is one of the greatest offense you ever saw, right?
Mm-hmm.
I looked at their numbers, each one of those receivers. Those numbers, Dallas had better numbers than them in their crazy year last year. Pickens had 1,400. I think CD had 1,000. And Flournoy had like 500. It beat them.
Yeah.
So I'm just
talking. We was talking about this a little bit off air about how the numbers just aren't the same these days, but that could be a part of that too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even because at that time, what the Vikings were
That's
doing
on Rebel,
was
too.
unbelievable.
That's on
That's
Rebel.
what I said. It's on Rebel. Yeah, so Flournoy looking like, he could be a starter on another team. So you might have we talked about the big three. So we got 3 big-time receivers, and then Camden Brown, another big play today. Let me pull one up from him.
Yeah, Flo. Yeah, we're going to see a catch from Camden Brown here, but
Here's another Flournoy real quick.
show
Go ahead.
me that
finish
Flo
what you're
noise,
saying.
too. I'm just going to say I love Flo. I didn't diss him when he came out of college, but I was just like, Dallas, what are y'all doing? Y'all draft this dude from Southwest Missouri State, Southeast Missouri State. What? Man, come on, dog. You need receivers now. And you drafting this small school guy. I was like, this is some BS. And then, you kept hearing about him. Then they cut him. And I wasn't even tripping when they cut him. I didn't even remember when they did cut him, but they cut him. He survived and he came back. So it must have been the Lord's work, the Lord's will for you to come back to Dallas Cowboys. Because, dog, just look at him. I mean, he looks strong. He looks I can't explain it. He looks good. Like he looked like a damn. Remember when we did our video about him, and I did a personal video about him? He's gonna be a chain mover. He's gonna get third downs. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be a guy that's killing third downs, getting those first downs for you. That's where you really gonna see Flo work. And I think he's going to get some sneaky touchdowns too. But I really think you're going to see him really get them third downs when they bracket in maybe Pickens or looking at CD. Flo going to come in there sneakily and you ain't going to be ready for it. And, bro, he coming with steam. He's put together. He plays strong, physical. Dog, that was a – sorry, Dallas. Y'all, that was a great pick. I underestimated that pick. I underestimated that pick for sure.
The reason why you might have felt kind of weird about it when they picked him is because exactly what you said was that they needed a receiver bad at that time, and it felt like they were neglecting that, and then they went and thought, we pick up a late round guy, maybe he'll just be somebody, but you didn't know how good he was going to be for sure. But I always thought he kind of reminded me a little bit physically of Dez Bryant. I don't know what it is. I know we talked about Pickens with Dez with the passion, but like physically, I feel like he kind of has the same style of something. Style is similar between him and Dez. I don't know. I felt that since the first time I seen him on the field.
He reminds me of when Randall Cobb was over
physicality
here.
or something. Oh, you think he's more like a Cobb? I think he's a lot bigger.
He's probably bigger, but just the way Randall Cobb would just – you wouldn't be thinking about Cobb, and Cobb would just be killing you in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like they would have them other receivers, and Randall Cobb would just be nice with it. He would be getting them third downs. He'd be getting plays out of nowhere, and he would get big plays. You feel me? Randall Cobb would get big plays. So he reminds me of him. And even when Randall Cobb came over here, he had a pretty good season. Remember, he had like 3 touchdowns called back where they were big touchdowns, and he got them called back. So I don't think his year was too bad. Did he catch quite a bit of touchdowns here in Dallas? He had a pretty decent year.
Yeah, he was solid. Yep, he was solid as like a number 2. Let's pause real quick. Appreciate you guys again who's tuning in. Some more people have jumped in here. So, yeah, if you can, like this video. We need to get these numbers up. We need to get
these
some more
numbers
viewers.
up.
Help us out if you support this content. Help us spread it. Get it to other people. Like, share. Subscribe if you haven't. And if you are subscribed and you want to make sure you don't miss the live, turn on that extra notification bell right there down below the video. Just leave the comments, do that, come right back in. And then if you get a chance to, head on over to Producer G YouTube channel, hit the subscribe there. I appreciate that too. But yeah, since we're talking about wide receiver, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this quote that another John Machado share that George Pickens was asked about if he thinks he's put the league on notice at this point. And we talked about before how he's had an amazing training camp up to this point, and he, to me, flat out the best player, on the team at this point that we've seen so far for this season. But, and then he was asked if he thinks he put the league on notice, and we love this answer.
I feel like for other teams, I think what it was when we played the Saints the other day, I kind of noticed that myself, just knowing that I'm getting way more double. Like last year I was getting a lot of double team, but now it's like first play double. You see what I mean? Because they don't want to really truly take a chance.
Way
but
more double.
Like you said, definitely competing and putting the league on notice. Yeah, I feel like
I love when he said first play. he said first play double. He said it was double to me way when he said, but first play double. He said, yeah, they know who I am. I like that. And me and you were talking about it off air, how he's humble with it. Like he's just talking like matter of factly, Yeah, I noticed how they were doing that. Like he's a very smart player, very smart player. A lot more football intelligent than people give him his credit for. He knows coverages. He knows how to. If you really watch him, you can't really get a good jam on him. He knows how to dip his shoulder. He knows angles. George Pickens is a very smart player, which is why I want to answer this comment because I'm about to be sad. Marcus 3492, and I agree with this. He says if Flo goes off and Camden has a good rookie year, Pickens not coming back. 100% correct. You're 100% correct because guess what, Marcus? Me and producer G last year in our shows, I said they were going to franchise tag him way before this happened, G. Did I not say this? And didn't I say if Flo is good, they're going to move him to the number 2? And then I also said that receiver class is going to be very good. They're going to draft a young receiver, and they're going to say, we love you, Pickens, but we're not paying you that. Flo can come in at number 2, and we got a young stud we can draft. But now they found Camden Brown, and just like Marcus said, if Camden Brown really turns up, they're going to be like, we're okay. But no, deep inside, you're not, because ain't none of them going to compare. Your offense going to be good with Flo and Camden, but it ain't going to be like that with George Pickens because he's in a different stratosphere.
Yeah, he definitely is. And another thing, too, is like you could tell that Flo has gotten better. Like he's improving. He's not stuck at the number 3 position. Like you're going to have to make a decision. You're just going to have to. Like Flanoy is going to definitely make you make a choice. So you're going to lose somebody. You're going to have to. But that's a good problem to have for this season. Yeah. You're deep at wide receiver. Camden Brown just continues. Camden Brown continues to make plays. Here he is right here. Let me get this one pulled up. This is from today. They were able to show this one somehow. I don't even know how they do all this, but I think it's just I don't know. I guess it is a team drill. I mean, he was playing with the first team here. This is passed from, oh, no, I'm sorry. I was wrong. It's Joe Milton. I slowed it down. I was only looking at it fast.
How did he not get drafted? We were talking about this off air. How the hell did he not get drafted in 7 rounds? Did he have any off-field issues or anything? I got to look this up because there's no way in hell this dude didn't get drafted. Bro, look at that. I mean, did you see the catches? And he just natural with it. And he a big dude. He ain't no little dude. He a big receiver. Bruh, I don't know what happened, but thank the Lord Jesus, baby Jesus, like your boy Will Ferrell would say. We thank you, Lord, baby Jesus, in your name. Thank you for giving the Dallas Cowboys Camden Brown because I think Joe Milton threw a pass to Brown that one play over the middle. It was like a 22-yard gain. After he made the catch and he did the little thing like CeeDee Lamb does, Dak Prescott damn near ran on the field and was like, yeah. So I don't know if he was chanting to Milton on the great pass or he was going to Camden Brown like, yeah, but he was into it. And remember, we heard the little birdie say, if you cut Camden Brown, quarterback named Dak Prescott going to be real mad about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I seen Lamb over there kind of hyping him up afterwards, too. And like you said, he did the Lamb thing. So that, just kind of shows you that he's like maybe showing respect to Lamb there by doing that because maybe he's like a mentor. I'm sure he's a mentor to him, So, yeah, just a great deep room. This guy's got to be learning a lot from these guys. It's great to have all that talent around you and, learn how to work from those guys like that. So, but, yeah, he's the one that's popping out, among that third or fourth and fifth receiver position there.
If he comes in
that real soon to 53.
If he comes in and has a game like he did this Saturday, it's already so. I mean, he's pretty much on the team, but this will just sew it up Saturday. If he has any kind of decent performance, he's on the 53, man. We ain't talking about no Brown no more. Possibly he's on the roster. And shout out to my dog with the $9.99 holla. Hey, ho! Get them donations popping. You can super chat. He starts it out. You can finish too. You can donate $1, $2, $3, $4 if you choose. But shout out to my dog, KG. I told you that's my bodyguard. Be careful. If you ever try to jump to me, he's going to get you, dog. But he says, which position you most concerned about? Corner? Pull it up for me, G.
Oh, my bad. I thought you was looking at a phone.
Corner, running back, pass rusher, continue applying pressure. We sure will. Appreciate you. I'm still going to say corner is still a deficiency for me, especially when we just seen the Saints come in and work them up a little bit, touch them up a little bit. We were seeing Caleb Downs getting touched up a little bit by Olave, Princeton fan. Was it Princeton fan? Yeah, I think he had a touchdown. Another tight end. They were catching touchdowns on Dallas, and they were kind of in that red zone drill. They were kind of giving the Cowboys a little bit of blues. So to me, cornerback is still iffy, even though, as I said before, Durant is looking really good, right? Revel has had a really good camp, but we haven't seen him since he's really had the improvement. We just saw Flo burn him on a one-on-one, right? Not hating, but I'm just saying. And then I'm telling you, I ain't seen Bland. I don't know what's going to happen. They're just saying he's healthy, and that's all they're concerned about. So we'll see what happens with that. But there's still what ifs and what ofs. And then Kalen Carson, he hasn't did anything in those 2 years and had a lot of hype, right? And then you have your draft pick, Devin Moore. He's looked good. There's a lot of people have a buzz about him, but he was injury prone in college, and he's already had knickknacks already. So you have just a lot of, to me, unknown. And they were already talking about in the streets that possibly they could be linking themselves to a Dory Jackson or some other corners. So for me, KG, I'm going to say cornerback is still the weakest spot in the area of the most concern for me at this time right now.
Yeah, Marcus said Carson needs to take that 21 off.
Bro, for real. And then you got in that big scrap. You was one of the main people. I get the fighting, but when you get to grabbing face masks, I feel like you can't do that. Like, I just feel like if you rumble and tumble, when you start grabbing that face mask and yanking it, that's where injuries happen. I feel like that. I didn't kind of like that from Carson. I get the rumbling and all that. I'm down with the rumble if y'all got to rumble. When you grabbing face masks, though, that really, because somebody jumped on, I believe, him or somebody else, and they ripped his helmet and had it turned this way. That's why you saw Jalen Thompson come in rumbling, because he had his helmet. Anything can happen when you do that. So be careful next time. But you know what? And Kalen Carson, I'm not going to diss him in that Seattle game. He had the 3 penalties. The personal foul to face mask was bad, but that wasn't bad coverage that they called that penalty on. That wasn't bad.
Think they even touched him.
That was suspect to me. So throw that one away, in my opinion. The personal foul with the face mask, can't do that. And then I think he had one more. So we're going to talk about him because I still have him.
Oh, Carson? Yeah.
Take that 21 off, though. 21. You ain't no
Appreciate
savage.
you, Joey Youngblood over there on Facebook. Thanks for
Joey
the comment
Youngblood.
there.
I love that name.
Yeah, make sure you guys help us out on Facebook too with the like
Yes,
there. You can
we
also
need
send
stars.
stars in. Yeah, you
Get
can
some
send
stars popping.
We want to do subscriptions with exclusive content, but we need some people to get more engaged over here on Facebook. The lives just don't really do it like that over there right now.
Right.
I think that's just kind of the way Facebook has moved towards. It's just more over here on the YouTube side, but
all the old crusty dusties on Facebook, but that's all right.
all the support helps though, so we really appreciate it. But
Hit them stars, damn it.
yeah, we're getting ready to get to the 53, so hang around for that. We're going to be doing these 53-man predictions on who possibly be cut or make the team, on that back end where guys are kind of on the roster bubble. But real quick, let's just kind of go over. I got a note here from Tommy Yarish with his observations from today's camp. So just kind of a quick summary here, and then we'll move on to the 53.
Okay.
He says Joe Milton was the first quarterback to take team snaps after Dak. And Schottenheimer has still not named a starter yet for the Cardinals game. I think they should give it to Joe Milton.
Me too, because Sam Howell started last time.
Yep, and see how he can give him that whole first half. See it. And I like Sam Howell too. He did have a nice clutch drive there right before the half.
Yeah, I like Sam Howell.
Malachi Lawrence had a would-be sack, so that's good to see after we saw that against the Saints too? Yeah, we had a would-be sack there.
And I like how Malachi Lawrence is really stepping up. He's really advancing quickly. He was very active in that Seattle game. He had a would-be sack against the New Orleans Saints, and he had another would-be sack. Malachi Lawrence is coming on because remember, G, when we did that video about Malachi Lawrence, we were saying he's more developmental. He's going to maybe come off the bench, but he'll be the sneaky guy getting you 4 or 5 sacks out of nowhere, and you don't know nothing about it because everybody's focusing on everybody else. And then Malachi Lawrence out of nowhere getting a couple good sacks. So great draft pick so far. Feels good. You feel good about Malachi Lawrence right now.
Yeah, and you never know when it's just going to click for him. It could just click, and then, like all of a sudden now, like he figured it out or something. And then Von Miller came in, to help, and then now he probably lit a fire up under you too. Like, okay, now I can see they made a move. I'm not doing enough. Not that he should as a rookie, but he still might have that mindset, because in his mind he probably could start right away and be the best. So the fact that they made a move, like he's probably like, okay, I got to step it up.
That's a good thing.
Yep. So, and that's what you want. And, that's going to be great things. And some tackles for loss from Donovan Ezerasku, and TJ Withers. Ezerasku.
You sound like me with Puka Kanua.
Puka. Ezeraku. I know how to spell that name now because I've had to do it so many times.
Right? I don't know how to spell. Damn it, that's the hardest name to just spell. Ezeraku. E-Z.
I just think of it like Ezieruaku. That's kind of how it looks. D. Winters forced a fumble on Jake Ferguson, but I guess it bounced right back to into Ferguson's hands, but still was forced by D. Winters. So that's good. He's flying around, active out there.
That's good.
Yeah, and then here's the note for Von Miller. This is from Tommy Yards, this post here, his observations from the day, because, again, there was no video footage allowed. So Von Miller played 4 total snaps. He had a pressure on his first one, and then he credited him with a 2 total. After his second and fourth snaps when the defense was changing personnel, Miller got some extra conditioning by running to the end zone and back down the sidelines. So maybe he is still working to get in shape. Of course he is. It's only been 3 days. So he's working towards game shape, be ready for week 1, hopefully. But I get, it's good to see him right away out there with the starters and, showing the young guys how it's done.
For sure.
Caleb Downs had a pass breakup on Luke Schoonmaker, had a good coverage on CD. And on another play that forced an incompletion, he's been just getting better and better and more consistent with that. You said it before, too. He's not going to get you all the turnovers, but he's just always going to be around that ball. He ain't going to get a bunch of picks or, he's not going to be the huge 10 interception guy, but he's just always going to be there making big plays, forcing incompletions, stout, run stopping, probably tackling good in opening field, that kind of thing. So it's good to see that this training camp has helped him get more and more comfortable. And Brian Schottenheimer had him on a list of guys that exceeded his expectations, which is kind of crazy considering all the expectations that was on him coming in. So he's saying he's even better than what we were expecting. So that's a great thing for the defense. And you saw it was evident week in that preseason game, 8 snaps and you're out. Like they already seen all they need to see from him in camp, I guess. So that's a great thing for Downs. You got anything to say about him before we go to the next thing?
Number one, I'm excited about Downs. Everything, I like how they're putting him in the fire against, you putting him on Olave, you're putting him against the best. They're not backing down anything with him. They're not holding anything back, in my opinion, for him because I feel like they feel like he can eat all of it. He can take it, and he probably wants all the knowledge that they can give him. But he's, like you said, he's getting better every day. And like I said, they're putting him in matchups where it's really going to force him to be better. And I think this is the best thing for him. And I can't really wait till he can actually really play and we can see what he can really do. I don't think it's going to be instant, but I feel like as the year grows on, you're going to really start seeing a lot more of what Caleb Downs can do. And as G just mentioned, I don't think he's going to be a high interception guy. Guys, just going to be plucking the ball, Ed Reed type guy, just intercepting everything. But he will always be around the ball. And when you're always around the ball, you can make a play. And I feel like that's what he's going to be, one of his high qualities. But I think his number one quality is going to be his film study. I keep going back to that. Remember, they said they had an event and he was studying film. That is going to be his number one quality, is him knowing the opponent. Because when you know the opponent and know what the opponent's going to do, so much easier. Luke Kuechly, you saw them guys. Sean Lee, how good he was with Dallas, why he would always wreck the Giants offense, because he knew it. He knew what you were going to call. He knew what you were going to run. So after you made the snap, Sean Lee was already in the backfield because he knew exactly the play. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's the benefit you're going to see from Caleb Downs. And the longer he gets in his career, you're going to see more of it.
Yeah, and you also like that he's the culture guy. And you like that, he's that he looks good in that Cowboys uniform. That number 13 really has grown. And, it don't look great in the practice uniform. But when you see it, when he had that uniform on, I was like, okay, he's looking kind of hard in that 13 now.
Yeah, I like the 13. We all love the 2 on him. I think it'll still look nasty. But that 13 definitely grown me. I wasn't hating on the 13. Definitely that 18 had to go. But 13 is pretty good because ain't a lot of crazy 13s out there. But just on his build, the way it is, it kind of fits him now.
Yep. And then let's see here. Terrence
That's the
Steele's
one you want to read right there.
Terrence Steele, yeah, he's kind of been the talk of the last couple of days, even against the Saints. Was you're hearing a lot that the right side of the line is weak. The right side of the line is getting pushed around. At least that's not the blind side, but still that's a problem. Even Clayton Adams was saying in a presser that he has a lot of work to do. It's kind of been ups and downs this camp, and they had a discussion about consistency. And then you said you saw Nate Thomas playing some snaps there. He did. He said, yeah, Nate Thomas played right tackle and placed a steal with the first team when he went out. So they're using Nate Thomas over there as well.
I don't know what's going on with Steele. Like, it's not that he's lazy. I never hear anything about that about him. I don't hear that he doesn't try hard. I don't know. We remember Terrence Steele way back in the day, though, okay? We remember Terrence Steele way back in the day, don't we, G? When he first started out, he was undrafted, and he was getting his ass kicked. We don't remember when Terrence Steele used to get his ass kicked? I mean, really bad. And then, I think it was that 2020 year they put him in. Myles Garrett went ridiculous on him, and he just got his butt kicked. And we were just like, why is Terrence still on the team? And then he had that bounce back year, came back, played really good. We're like, okay, Terrence, okay. Then, he got the contract, got hurt. So I think this might be one of the situations where Terrence still may have just played out his mind 3 or 4 seasons before, and then he just reverted back to what he really was. Right? Yeah. You was undrafted. You were bad when you first started. Bad. He got better. But I think we really seeing what he really is you're a pretty good run defender, but that's pretty much it. Pass protection, you're going to get your ass kicked every day, and that's not improved since he's been in the league. So it's almost like this is what you are. So I don't know if they look for some veteran help. I think they need to look for some veteran help because if you're trying to keep this offense the way you want, it can't have tackle problems. Okay, we know that big 3 in the middle, and we know Dak don't want the pressure up the middle because you can step up in the pocket, things of that nature. But you got to be better at these tackle positions, man, because we seen Dak run for his life when that tackle was looking bad and things of that nature. They got to get together, and I honestly say if they have this money that they're looking for the impact player, I get it. But I say you look around for that offensive line, a good veteran to give you maybe some stability because I don't trust Terrence Steele no more. I think Guyton's had a good camp. We'll see how he goes. I feel better about Guyton than I do Steele, especially when multiple coaches are mentioning your name. Your head coach is calling you out. Your coordinator is like, hey, yeah, you got to get better. And you've been here. It's not like this is year 2 or 3. You've been here. This is like year 6. Come on, dog.
Yeah, but, I mean, it would be nice to be able to solidify that right side. That way, your offense is better as a whole. But even with him in there, the offense still good. You still seeing what Pickens and Lamb and Brown, all these guys are doing. But I guess the right side of the line, the right tackle, and the running back would be the weak spots on that offense, right?
I would say so.
Let's see. Brandon Aubrey was automatic all day. Now the new highest paid kicker in the league, right? I think he got set the record.
You better be all day.
Yeah, so 6 out of 6 on field goals, all 42 yards or less. And then there was a little bit of injuries. James Houston got banged up today. A DJ Rogers, Jay Toye, Kelvin Gillum. So not a bunch of guys, that are going to be playing a lot on the field or anything. But still, some injuries is never good, and that's going to hurt your depth. But maybe someone else can step in there.
Well, I don't like seeing James Houston or Jay Toye getting injured because I feel like they're going to be pretty good backups for the team and be able to come in for some plays to get guys rest or things of that nature. So, yeah, I don't like seeing them. The other 2 guys, I'm not hating on them, but I don't really think too much of them because I don't think they're going to even be on the team. So I'm thinking about the guys who are going to be on the team, so I don't want to see no bumps and bruises from them.
We're about to get to the 53. I promise. We're just finishing up the last little notes here from camp that we were able to see today. Wasn't a huge day on social media for camp, but we're going to get to that 53. That's not going to take too long because, most of that roster is set, especially on offense, and then we'll be looking at the tail end of some of them positions. But Here's some footage of Christian Parker coaching up Revel, and a little quote here, and this was from Joseph Hoyt. Here's Christian Parker working one-on-one with Revel, and then he also says, Christian Parker says he runs to coaching, and this actually was from yesterday, this post here. He runs to coaching, and this is Christian Parker on him, and he said that Revel has reached a level where they expect even more of him after he has met their initial expectations. So Revel having a good camp. I would say he's like the camp darling this year. Do you think so?
I would definitely say he's the camp darling. He's the one that a lot of people were wondering, what he was going to look like this year, especially because he was looking good without pads. Remember, he was doing the workout videos where his change of direction was looking really good. It looked like that knee was stable. It looked like he, after a full year of rehab, he got rid of that brace, a little more confidence in it. And you just been seeing it grow every day in camp. And then once we said, like we talked about, you're going against Lamb and Pickens. You're going against dogs, two of the best receivers in the league. How can you not get better? Every team doesn't have that great. Every team doesn't have that luxury of having two of the top receivers in the league. You have some maybe good receivers, or your receiver core may not be good. And so just imagine if Revel had just some basic receivers, guys that were just jags, like Steve Smith would say. Would you really think he's getting better, or you might be deceived because, you might see him locking them down. You're like, okay, Revel might be it. Then that first game, shell shock, receiver kicking his ass. Yeah, so we love that you're going against Pickens, George Pickens, the dog, uber dog. And then you're going against pretty boy C.D. Lamb. So you're going against them. That's making you better. You're seeing the improvement. He's definitely been the darling, and hope he can really carry that on into the season because we've said it. I've said it. If he can take that next step, him as a Raku, they can take that next step on the defense. It makes this defense from good to damn near great, in my opinion, if those two guys really go hard.
Yeah, we're about to look at that depth chart too and see what's going on there. But yeah, it's crazy to think. It kind of feels like he didn't even play last year. I know he played 6 or 7, maybe even 8 games last year, maybe 6, something like that. 6 to 7 games.
His first game was, I think, against Detroit or something like that, or the week before. Raiders. It was Raiders, and then after that,
yeah.
so.
Yeah,
so that was a wash.
It feels like, though, he didn't even play. It feels like we're looking at a brand new player here just because of, the confidence that's restored and the healthier knee and the number change. This just feels like a new guy. So now I think you are seeing the potential that you spoke about. People love that video, man. I reposted that on Facebook. It went crazy. So everybody loved that video talking about Revel because everybody knows, what's coming if he can be that guy that we think he could be.
And plus, your defensive coordinator is saying he runs the coaching. I listened to that interview from Christian Parker, who, once again, I could listen to Christian Parker all damn day. Like, for real, I could listen to him all day. His press conferences is all about knowledge. Just the way he talks and presents himself, dog, he going to be good. But anyway, as far as Revel, when Christian Parker's telling you he runs the coaching, he, even when he's not being coached, he's always asking questions. And plus, when you have a teacher like Christian Parker, you have a player like him who wants to soak up the knowledge and he has the ability, that just seems like that's going to be nothing but great upside and great things that are going to eventually happen with the player and transitioning to the from the coach to the player, and then you see the player doing it on the field. So I think Christian Parker was the perfect coach for Revel, not no damn Eberflus.
Yeah, and what he says about that too with Revel, how he runs to the coaching, and then like he's met the expectations and now they expect more. Yeah, that's just getting you excited because that's telling you right there that he's better than he was before. And you even saw it in the game too, that preseason game where he only played the one series, but he was very active. He flashed in the screen. He looked like he's going to get a couple pick sixes. I can see that coming.
Let's hope.
All right. Then one last thing on camp today was Brian Schottenheimer here. He jogged with the team, and I saw it was Skywalker Steel post something that said a funny meme that said, if it would have been Mike McCarthy, imagine if it was Mike McCarthy, he wasn't going to do something like that. But that just made me laugh. But yeah, this is a good thing to see here too. The bonding with the players. Shotty obviously relates really good with these guys, and like you talk about Christian Parker too. So they all just kind of meshing together real well. And you just hope this is all leading up to something real nice this year. Because it's been a lot of, of the same old stuff around here for a while. This year does feel different. I know, people make fun of Cowboys fans. This is our year, every year, Super Bowl year. I mean, I know some people think we're going to the Super Bowl this year. Even like, guys like Colin Cowherd is on board now, and with Dak Prescott stuff, he's always been a big critic, but now he's getting on board. I know those guys don't matter, but something does feel different. I mean, obviously the league is taking notice on it. But I guess we'll see when it comes to the games.
Well, first thing I noticed in that picture or that video that you showed, watch this. Watch Caleb Downs. Watch. Get over here, coach. Get over here, coach.
Yeah, he initiated that. Yep.
I look at that little thing. Come on, coach. Come on. That's when a player like you. And then you see when he came over there after Caleb Downs asked him to come over, watch him, dap him up. Bam. That's bonding, bro. Those tiny little things. Those tiny little things. Remember, the team didn't quit on Shoddy last year. Even though Dallas lost games, they played hard in a lot of those games. Like all those games, they played hard. They never really gave up. They fought for Shoddy. So that means that means a lot that the team still fought for you even when they weren't good or when they were out the playoffs. They still continue to give maximum effort. That's a testament to your coach. So when you get better talent and you feel like you're going to be a better team, those things that happened last year maybe probably brought you together, made you even closer. And so now you think, like you just said, maybe it takes it to another level. It does feel different, in my opinion, in the fact of the coaching. That's what feels different to me, more than the players or anything else, is that coaching. Shoddy and Christian Parker look like a very good mix together. It feels like they are going to really – they are really going – I don't know what they're going to do, but it feels good. I can say that. I want y'all to win because from what I see, this feels like y'all could be good. But I don't want to jump out there, right? Because we've seen it so many times.
We need to wait and see. Yep.
We want to wait and see. But I just I ain't seen a defensive coach. I ain't seen a defensive coach like this. Even Dan Quinn. Even when Dan Quinn was here and did everything he did and Dan Quinn was nice, He wasn't talking like no Christian Parker. He ain't they ain't thorough like Christian Parker, dog. I'm sorry. He on a different level. They say he don't sleep. I believe it. Like, he's a dude that's not going to let you just out X and O him.
He's relentless.
You're not going to out X and O Christian Parker. That's what I feel like you're not going to do. You're not going to do that.
Yeah, and you love this. It feels like, this is showing the leadership here from Caleb Downs right here, too. Like, Shoddy just attracted to him, like from that aura, whatever it is like an attraction there where they're coming together, like, as leader to leader. So, yeah, that right there alone, that's 1,000 words, like, as far as what, Caleb Downs' respect level already is on this team. All right, that's it then. Well, actually, there's one last clip I wanted to play from today with Brian Schottenheimer, and he's naming his guy.
One last clip.
Yep. Did I say it that many times? I don't even know.
He said the last of the last.
But this is Shoddy naming his guys who he says have met or actually have exceeded the expectations that he had for them coming into camp.
Special young player.
Let me restart.
Caleb Downs, special young player.
Special.
He's just going off the top.
Jumped out at me.
He's doing it off the top of the head. He didn't even have something prepared enough.
That's what Libra Games do.
Tito.
Freestyle.
I mean, you talk about a guy that we thought we were getting maybe a run stopper. This guy's a good football player, damn good football player, massive, really strong with his hands. Very proud of Von. I'm just going to keep ripping names. You asked for 5, but I'm answering.
That's Rebel, right?
I'm answering, yeah. Von Rebel, yep.
I guess there was more than one.
Jonathan Mingo, Camden Brown, Tyler Guyton.
All right.
Should have mentioned Julius Wood. I'm mad you didn't.
Ryan
He might.
Illinois.
No, he didn't.
Brian Anger. However old he is.
Come on.
He's already a Pro
75-yard
Bowler.
punts. But it's been a great camp, Nick. It really has, and there's been a ton of guys that have stood out. And, very.
He says it's been a great camp. It really has. So, that feels good too, because I'm sure he knows what a not great camp is like. He's been on some bad teams.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you cut Julius, I'm going to be mad as F this year. Like 2 years ago, I was okay. I got it. Okay, we're going to get this. But if you do it this year, Shotty, and y'all, I'm yelling at y'all. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, then let's go ahead and hop on over to what was promised, the 53-man roster. And we obviously we're going to start with offense, but Dak Prescott, we already know, is our starter. So we're looking at the backup spot between Milton and Sam Howell, and right now it appears to be neck and neck, both having 118 quarterback rating in that preseason game. Sam Howell started that one. You're hearing that Joe Milton started again, came out after Dak today in the second team offense. So most likely I'm going to go ahead and say he's probably going to start against the Cardinals. I would like we talked about this last week, if it's going to be a close competition, I'll take Joe Milton. But would they carry 3?
I don't want to carry 3.
I don't want to.
You got other positions that need addressing. No, I'm not carrying 3 quarterbacks. It's neck and neck. I'm more safer with Sam Howell, but if you cut Joe Milton, I feel like somebody will scoop him. So that's why you can't cut him. I feel like somebody will take a chance on him real quick and grab him. And plus, he showed he's advanced, and you traded for him. And I feel like they got away with it last year, remember, because they only carried 2. He was the backup because they had Will Greer. But, Will Greer isn't a Sam Howell. And I ain't hyping Sam Howell, but Sam Howell better than Will Greer. Sam Howell has started in the league and had some good games in the league. So I would love to Sam. I like Sam, okay? I'm worried about if you cut him, somebody will take him too because they don't think he can play. But I got to go with Milton as well, just because he's your guy and Sam Howell's not. You feel me? And if you look maybe for a future, Sam Howell's not your future where Joe Milton is. So I'm going to have to go with Joe. This Saturday's game is really going to show to me who can kind of distance himself and who will be on that roster. I don't think they'll do 3 either.
Yeah, we'll kind of hit on that too before we go out. We'll do a little quick chat on that game before we end the live. But yeah, I just really love what I saw from Joe Milton in that preseason game. We already knew in camp he was looking better, but in the preseason, I think you really saw a lot of those things that people say he couldn't do, like those intermediate throws, the easier throws. He still doesn't quite have the kind of touch you would want, but he still throws the ball pretty hard, but it does look improved. And then, you like the way he was moving around and seeing the field and changing plays. And I feel like you really can see that he's grown this past year. So, that's exciting because you did love the potential that he had last year. And now to see him be better is going to be nice. So, we both agree Joe Milton there. So running back, this is an interesting one. We already know Williams is going to be the guy. And then we know they're really trying to see what they got with the draft picks with Jaden Blue and Phil Maffa. You invested your draft picks in these guys. They really want to give them the opportunities to be this backup. And then you got your real old reliable Malik Davis, who, let's just face it, he's going to get cut, come back on the practice squad, and be there again if they need him. That's probably what's going to happen. But I would say it don't deserve to happen, but that's probably what will happen. But I still like Blue. I think he still has an opportunity to show what he could do. You saw what he did with the little screen pass. Can he stay healthy, though? Can he hold on to the ball is the question marks with him. But I guess I don't want to find out in the regular season, so hopefully he can get back out here and play before that starts. But I still like Jaden Blue to win the backup spot, at least that initial spot, and then Phil Maffa and Davis to get cut again.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say Jaden Blue because they're forcing him.
I forgot about Anna Bakanda, but I don't think – I was going to say I don't think – even though he looks like a better guy, I don't think he's got a chance.
He's a better guy. He's going to get cut because they're pushing. But Jaden Blue, he had the screen pass that looked pretty good. I think he had like a 4 or 5 yard gain in between the tackles that looked okay. He frustrates me with one person hits him, he goes down immediately. But you did see, especially him in that screen game, where he could be really lethal. So I like seeing him in the screen pass. I think Cowboys are really going to work that screen game this year. So you see why they like him. I'm going to go ahead and say Phil Maffa gets cut. I'm going to take Malik Davis over Phil Maffa. Phil Maffa ain't did nothing, and he's hurt again. You see that cue by his name? Questionable. You're hurt. I know it's by blue, but Phil Maffa already been hurt last year, and he already hurt this year. I ain't seen nothing for no Phil Maffa. And Malik Davis better than both of y'all right now as the running back, and so is Izzy. But Izzy ain't going to make it, all right, because you ain't the homegrown. That holds a lot of weight. I think Cowboys, I said, like last year or 2 years ago, Cowboys had the most homegrown players on their roster, or like top 2. And they really take that to heart. So, but Phil Maffa, I'm taking Malik Davis because he's a homegrown guy. I'm taking Malik Davis over Phil Maffa, and I'm going to go Javonte Williams, Jaden Blue, Malik Davis, and Hunter Luepke.
Yeah, Luepke's probably pretty much a lock, right? Guaranteed for the most part.
Yeah, they signed him to a new deal.
Even though you don't really ever see a whole lot from him at all, but I mean,
that's their fault. They need to use him more. Everybody complains about Luepke, but get him more involved in the offense. Every time y'all kind of give him the ball, and he does something when y'all do it. So get him the ball more. Nobody's thinking about no Hunter Luepke, man. Y'all really could run some sneaky stuff with him where nobody's gonna know and get him involved. You sign him to a contract. Use him.
And he's another one of those guys who just produces when he gets on the game.
Yes, and when he gets the ball, he makes plays. So
third down conversions, sometimes. Short yardage situations. When they do give him the ball, he comes. He's successful. So it just would be nice if they would find a way to do it more. Wide receiver, top 4 is a lock. Lamb, Pickens, Turpin. I mean, you would think Turpin's a lock. I mean, based on the way he's not even playing in preseason games. Turpin, Flournoy, top 4. Then behind them, as we're looking on the screen here, Valdez Scanting, I'm going to say cut.
Yep.
Tyler Johnson, haven't
Don't
heard
even mention
nothing
them
from
guys.
him. Cut. Yeah, these are the guys. Denzel Mims is a guy we talked about before. Thought, okay, maybe they got some kind of plan for him. Nope. Haven't heard nothing from him. Has he even done anything or played in that game?
Heard
I don't
one
even
damn
know.
thing from no Mims.
So it's got to be Anthony Smith then, and Camden Brown. Obviously, Camden Brown's the big talk,
Anthony
but
Smith
Anthony
is going to get cut. He's not going to make that.
So you think
he's
they're only
not
going to keep 5?
Well, right now.
Mingo. I forgot.
Well, I don't know if they're going to keep me. He said this is the thing. So there's 27 starters. There's 27. Be quiet. There's 27 players on the starters. So right now you got 28 with Milton, 29 with Blue, 30 Malik Davis, 31 Hunter Luepke, right?
Wait, what are you saying?
Lamb. I'm putting the numbers so we come up to the 53 when we cutting these receivers.
I got you.
So I'm cutting the players. So I'm gonna say 5 and not Mingo. I know he offers special teams. That could change because he mentioned Mingo, and Mingo's the talk right now. But maybe Mingo can get cut and he can slide back on practice squad because maybe people ain't thinking about Mingo like that. But I don't know. But I'm going to just go with the 5. I'm going to go with the 4 and then Camden Brown because I think other places should be maybe longer, especially with the tight end. I think they're going to keep 4. So that's why I'm going to go 5 on the receivers.
Okay. So you got Lamb, Turpin, Pickens, Flournoy, Camden Brown, and you said Mingo?
No.
Oh, you said 5, just 5. Okay, yeah, so that's it. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I don't know where
Mingo's
you pull from or where you need it more, but Mingo is impressed too a little bit here towards, that last game, I guess, He made some good physical key catches there to pick up first downs and stuff like that, but
And the
you
big
got to love
special
what you saw
teams play.
from Brown. I like what I'm seeing from Anthony Smith, man. I think I like him more than Mingo, but like you said, though, they may just cut them all.
But see, here's the thing. I don't think anybody's going to snatch Anthony Smith, so that's why I feel like they can cut him and get him right back. Because I like Anthony Smith, too. He needs more seasoning, though, but you can see some potential in him. You know what I mean?
Yep, and he was a draft pick, too. Mm-hmm. Okay, tight end. Okay, this one's been the frustrating kind of position for offense, too. But it does look like Brevin Spanford is officially going to be tight end, too, and has passed Schoonmaker, who was a wasted second-round pick. Mm-hmm. And then you got Michael Trigg sitting there, and then I don't even know if anyone else matters. I don't even see anybody else on the list. But yeah, so basically it's going to come down to Schoonmaker and Trigg. Mm-hmm. And
they're going to keep both.
You think they're going to keep 4?
Yeah.
You did just say that, didn't you?
Yep, because he's their insurance policy. You know, they love Trigg. I know they love Trigg, and they signed him to like a $20K like signing bonus or whatever. So I know they like him. They signed him to a high-ass little a deal. So they definitely like him. He made some plays in that Seattle game, and I think he's hurt. He hurt his toe, so we don't know if he's playing Saturday. I praise to the Lord that he does. But Schoonmaker is the veteran. He's been around the team. You know, Trigg is still a rookie. He's not the greatest blocker yet. I've seen it in the game. Still got to work on his routes. He's still unseasoned, and so you can't just trust him like that. You would like to, but you just can't trust him. And if something were to happen with an injury to Ferguson or whatever, you can throw Schoonmaker. He can plug and play. That's the only reason why you're going to make the team. That's the only reason why you're going to make the team is an insurance policy. Nothing else. Because if you felt like Trigg was like maybe a draft pick and was like pretty good, they would cut Schoonmaker. But because he was undrafted, he needs more polish. There's more trust with Schoonmaker. So that's why I feel like they're going to keep him on the roster, not because of anything else.
So then you'd rather keep Trigg than Anthony, like than the 6th receiver with Anthony Smith. You'd rather have the 4th.
You can't cut Trigg. You seen what he did, G? He looked good.
Yeah. I was gonna say Schoonmaker cut, but I know he's not gonna be cut because Schottenheimer make little comments like he kind of gives it away where he'll say something about the season, like he already what he's gonna do this year, that kind of thing. That's pretty much assuring that he's going. I forget what the thing was that Schottenheimer said, but it was implying that Schoonmaker was gonna be here for the season. So. Almost like there was not even a question that he wasn't going to be on a team.
Yeah, like I said, they're scared. They don't trust Trigg, so they ain't going with them too and Trigg. So they're going to keep that veteran right there. He's their security blanket. That's the only reason why here. Shotty, you ain't going to fool me and talk about Schoonmaker do anything for this team. You ain't fooling me with that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we are talking about up to this point because obviously the preseason games to come is going to matter. So, like, if Trigg comes out here and does 2 touchdowns and 60 yards on 5 catches or something like that, he's definitely going to make, solidify his spot on the team.
I don't think they can't cut him. You don't think them other teams watch that game against Seattle, bro? Let me tell you something. We made the video that's popping right now. 3 players you can't cut because they're going to go. Mm-hmm. Brown, Trigg, and Woods. Them the 3 you can't cut. Don't play that game with them.
Yeah, so coming up here now on the offensive line to finish up the offense. We already know.
I need Lou and them on this one because y'all, good Lord, your backups are.
Yeah. The starters are, pretty much penciled in with Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Tyler Booker, the 3 Tylers there. And then Terrence Steele, in all likelihood, will be your starter there because that's just going to be the best option. Mm-hmm. That's going to be the best option right now. But they were saying Nate Thomas was playing over there a little bit. And you got something special regarding him. I'm going to let you take it from there.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make the surprise cut with Nate Thomas. Probably ain't going to happen. But, bro, you got your ass kicked today. Donovan Ezraku was kicking your ass, and Von Miller kicked your ass, and then they benched you in the game against Seattle. And it's like you regressed. And they had you more on the right side, and you played more left last year. So maybe I don't know if you're better on the left than then the right. But I'm just going to surprise cut you. You're probably not, but I'm going to surprise cut you. So for my backups, I'm going to go Drew Shelton because he was the draft pick. Then TJ Bass because he's been there. They're not going to let him go. And then that Trevor Keegan, I believe he came from Michigan. He was a 5th-round draft pick a few years ago. He's not too bad. He's pretty stout. He's like 6'6", 320. So he looks okay. I think they kind of mess with him. I don't feel bad about him. So, and he's a guard. I kind of like him. So I think I'm gonna just go out on a limb because I ain't an offensive lineman guy, but I think he's gonna Trevor Keegan. And then instead of Nate Thomas, and he might not even be no better, but that Ajane Cornelius, he was a draft pick from Oregon and homegrown. And he was a draft pick. Nate Thomas was a draft pick too. So I think Nate Thomas was
like a late one.
Yeah, he was a late draft pick too, so I can't say that.
7th round, I think.
So yeah, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say they cut Nate Thomas, but maybe they don't. but he been looking bad, bro. So I'm cutting him.
Yeah, I can't really speak much on this offensive line because outside of the starters and a couple backups there, I really don't know of anybody. But
Hey, and
I
get to
know
talking
TJ
in that
Pat.
chat, man. Make some comments in here, man. I want to hear y'all talking here.
Yeah, let us know who you like on the 53. But
Yeah, get
other
to
than just
talking in
one
here.
person,
Yeah, I'm the only one talking here. Marcus was
hey, but
talking
you know
all in
what?
the chat, and they stopped talking. Get to
told you,
talking
man.
in this chat, 'cause I want to hear what y'all got to say, damn it.
these lives are just too inconsistent for me. So I'm looking at it like, we're live. It's cool to be live. I love being live. I wish everybody would hop into live, but we're the short kings. We're the real kings. So we're gonna be popping out with them shorts and reels right after this anyway. So
For sure.
that's
So get
where they're
ready.
all gonna see us.
Get
Yeah,
ready.
TJ Bass, Drew Shelton, obviously Drew Shelton, and Jay Tuck was talking about him, how he had some good potential. So
Not
like-
this year.
yeah, you said it, he ain't ready now, but
Hell no.
he could end up being a guy. But yeah, Nate Thomas, I don't know too much about what he can do or what he's going to be, but I guess he's a nice rotational backup, even though you think he's getting cut. I mean, he could play both sides. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he can, but he just regressed really bad. That's the only reason why I'm just going out on a limb. They probably won't do it. They'll probably keep him and cut Ajane Cornelius. They probably cut him because Nate Thomas has played in real live games, right? He's played in real games, and he played pretty decent in those real games. So they're probably not going to cut him. I'm just probably just talking shit right now. But, yeah, I'm still cutting him. Maybe cut you and make you step your damn game up, and we cut you because who's going to really go after Nate Thomas? I don't think nobody going after you, so I think you'll be safe.
So you think 2 rookies is going to get cut? Anthony Smith and that Ajani.
Yeah, for
Ajani
sure,
was a rookie
Anthony.
this year too, right? Yeah, Cornelius.
Yeah, for sure Anthony Smith is getting cut, dog.
Man, I feel like it's going to be interesting. I think these preseason games is going to matter. Like when it comes to, you're right though, because you don't want to give up Trig. That's why this is so tough, because you got a lot of talent now to choose from, and you're going to have to give up somebody good. I think Anthony Smith would get claimed if he got cut, but I could be.
Are
wrong.
you writing these names down? Because I saw you writing. Are you writing that
I
down?
was writing some stuff down. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to say, I wanted you to keep the numbers so when we get to this defense, where we at already as far as the roster,
Yeah,
as far
hold
as how
on.
many
I'm gonna
players
have
do we
to-
have?
All right, so you can go ahead then with the defensive line, and I'll start adding up what we did on offense there.
Cool. So for the defensive line, defensive tackle, first of all, obviously you see your starters and Quentin Williams. You just heard Shotty give glowing reviews for Otito Ogbania. I believe he played with Osa at UCLA. I liked him there. Then he went over to the Chargers. He's not a guy that's not going to get you any kind of sacks, but what is he there for? He's for the stoutness, gapping, either 1-2 gapper, or he's taking on that center and guard, a big gap. He's plugging, he's freeing your linebackers. That's what he's there for, and you feel good about that. Now, Jonathan Bullard, he's the player that they pulled away from the Saints prior Vikings, and we felt kind of good about him, but he's been hurt the whole time. I think you can cut him on an injury thing, and it doesn't affect the roster. So I think that's where he may go. They might just cut him or do the injury thing with him so he can always come back to the team. And ended it with Jay Toia. So I'm going to have Quentin Williams, Otito, Kenny Clark, Jay Toia, LT Overton. I forgot to mention LT Overton. LT Overton ain't going nowhere. He came from Bama. He's a big boy. He's been playing pretty good. They ain't letting him go. So those are going to be my guys right there. Those 3
6.
starters and LT and J.
I thought you said 6.
No, LT and J.
So no Bullard.
No, he's getting cut, and he's an injury issue. So
And you think that? I know Tommy Dunn is a guy some people like. What about him?
Nope.
No. Okay, so 5. Yep. So and then how many offensive linemen was it? I'm trying to keep track of how many we got here.
We had the 5, and then you had 4 backups. You had
21
TJ Bass, Drew Shelton.
plus 9 is 30.
I put Cornelius on there, but you can flex him or Thomas. And then who was the other one? Oh, Trevor Keegan.
TJ. Okay.
Because I already mentioned Bass.
So 4 backups, 5 starters there.
Yep.
So we're up to 30 now. So 23 players to go. And now so for the defensive line, just real quick for me, just Quentin Williams, Clinty Clark, obviously. The Otito guy has looked good. Agbanya, however you say that, yeah. Jay Toy, I don't know. Personally, I just haven't seen a whole lot on him, so I don't really know much about him, but I trust what you say. You say he looks good, and I know he got injured today.
He hasn't really done crazy amount of stuff, but I'm gonna just keep on telling you,
Based on
you
college
can't cut a token.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, like those guys are just
You
good.
can't cut them. Those
They're
guys
just
stay on your
stout.
team. Yeah, 6'3", 330 pounds. He's pretty light feet. You can't cut the tokens, man. Samoans and tokens, you can't cut them. Don't care.
And then, I agree with the LT Overton for sure. That's your draft pick. That's your Alabama guy. You like that
That's
pick
Bama.
there. And he's made plays, too. I've been hearing his name throughout camp. So he's looked good. So that's exciting, too, because he's a later pick, to have a rookie looking good that late.
And that's from Bama. That's where you feel good. They're getting Bama boys now, right?
Yeah, did you like him a lot coming out?
Honestly, I wasn't really a person that was really on LT Overton, so I'm not going to sit there in front like I did. But I knew he was a big boy and that he was ballyhooed when he came into school, but he was kind of like uneven, didn't really reach his full potential after coming in like LT Overton was going to be the guy. But what I've seen from him, he's got good quickness and power. And you're playing at a good program like Alabama. Like I said, they're starting to, I think when we had the video with me and DMV when we were talking about how they're starting to go with the bigger schools again, the top-notch schools, instead of always trying to meddle with a Middle Tennessee State and try to push him onto us, or a Boise State and be like, he's good. You know what I mean? We're like, bro, okay, he might be good, but it's Boise State. We want Ohio States, we want Alabamas, we want Auburns, we want Clemsons, we want all them guys. We want them dudes. We don't want them other dudes. Get them dudes every now and then. We want them guys. So that the pedigree from Bama is good. And then you got a bunch of Bama boys on there, and I think Bama boys are some good players. So I think something good for him is going to come in the future.
I thought maybe that Jonathan Bullard had a chance to make the team.
He did, but he's been staying hurt.
Yep, and you can't. That's one of your biggest
hurt guy
traits,
don't help
being
nobody.
available. You may have already said this, but what is it that you really love or like about Otito Agbonya?
Because he's a big dude. Like I said, I remember him. I think he played with Osa at UCLA, and I remember, if I'm going to say scouting him, I ain't going to say I'm scouting him. I remember watching him because I liked Osa, because I did a tape on Osa. But I remember Otito was there with him, and I was like, that's a big dude. That's the type of dude Dallas needs to just be a run stuffer. And then finally he comes over because he had a pretty decent career with the Chargers as far as what he was playing. He was supposed to be stout against the run, so he did his job. And that's what the Cowboys need him to do with this 3-4. You need that guy in the middle that can take on those blockers and just be that. And that's what he is, and I think that's what he's really good at. And it's really going to help the team. And when you hear glowingly remarks about him from the head coach, that's a great thing.
Shout out to Wayne Joseph over on Facebook. He said,
Wayne
"Cut
Joseph?
Schoonmaker." Yeah, I think they could. That could be a sneaky surprise one right there.
I would love
They
to.
could.
I would love
I
to,
doubt
but they
it, but-
scary. They scared.
Yeah,
They scared.
like you said, you can't just put that trust in. But it is the third tight end, though. We love Brevin Spann-Ford is a good blocker, but yeah, one injury away from a trig playing. I don't know if that's going to be the right time, but yeah. All right, so let's finish up this defense here. We're looking at the linebacker position now. Your insides, your outsides. Yeah, go ahead. What do you? Obviously, we got Gary, Overshown, Winters, Ezra Raku, and then now Von Miller. They actually have Von Miller listed as the backup here, but that's probably natural since he just got here. I'm sure that'll update, but maybe not. Maybe he will just play a back. Well, he will be a backup because he's not going to play that many snaps. So he probably won't start the game. But so those are going to be your guys right there. But yeah, this is pretty suddenly kind of a deep position too, because you kind of like what you've seen from a lot of these guys. You think there's going to be some tough choices there?
I think the tough choice is going to be between, remember when we talked about the last show, Sam Williams and Leofau? Before you got Von Miller, I said that was the battle for the last spot, and it could be Sam Williams staying on the roster just because of his size, and he could set the edge maybe better than Leofau because he's bigger. Now I feel like both those two are gone. because now you have Von Miller. You don't need those guys. I like Leofau more than Sam Williams. I feel like Leofau can still do something for you, but he just don't have a spot for the roster now. So when you see a Von Miller, Shamar James is definitely going to be on the team because he looked okay in that Seattle game on a couple of blitzes. So and he had a pretty good rookie year. So you like Shamar James. We love Jayshon Barham. We just can't wait till he gets on the field, right? Malachi Lawrence has definitely been playing some damn good football as a rookie in camp and in that game in Seattle. He was hella active. I think the ones that you're going to – the tough one here is Leofau is going to be gone. Sam Williams I feel like is gone. But the tough one is the Justin Barron and Curtis Robinson. I feel like because you got those three right there, you're keeping – Von Miller, Shamar James, Barham, and Malachi Lawrence. And the last person from that group is between Justin Barron and Curtis Robinson. Curtis Robinson had like 8 to 9 tackles in that game against Seattle, and he was very active.
Around.
He was very active. Good size, too. Justin Barron was okay, too, though. I'm going to give the edge to Barron. Why? Because he's homegrown. Cowboys had him on the squad last year. He had 3 interceptions, and he hasn't played bad. It's not like Robinson has played so much better than him that you would keep a Robinson over him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you could probably cut a Robinson. He could slide through waivers, and you could pick him back up. I think Justin Barron makes it because he had those surprise 3 picks, and he still has played good since then.
That was going to be my point, was those interceptions, because just like with the backup quarterback position, if it's going to be close, I'll probably take the guy that had more of an impact on a game like that. Yeah, made some plays, got some turnovers. And he didn't just get interceptions. He looked good tackling. We looked at that Patrick Walker video.
That was damn good video.
Where he's calling out the play and, filled the gap, play recognition, all those kind of things. So you do like a lot what you're seeing from that guy. But, yeah, you think Isaiah Land cut.
Yep.
Patterson cut.
Yep.
Probably Robinson cut.
Mm-hmm.
Leofau cut.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Williams cut. You think Sam Williams is cut? I mean, he really hasn't done nothing this year at all.
Because think about it. Where are we at right now on the roster before we touch defense?
Yeah, and you think James Houston's going to stay, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. James Houston ain't
so
going nowhere.
Everybody else is gone except for one of those middle linebackers, and then and that's it. James Houston's will be the last. So hold on, let me add that up. 39, 40, 41 is what we're at.
We're at 41 with all those players?
Yep.
Okay.
So we got 12 more to go. And, we got special teams, the kicker, the punter, and that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. Cornerback room. Picked up Kobe Durant.
It's kind of tough.
You got Bland coming back, Revel coming back, Bridges coming back, Speed. He's kind of a new name for me. I mean, I know he's been around. Hasn't he? It's a couple years, but maybe has he been around?
I haven't really
last year's camp.
I think he was there last year. I haven't really paid attention to Mar Speed, but I am going to say he's had a pretty good camp. He played really good, in my opinion, in that Seattle game. He made some plays in that Seattle game. I like him. I just feel like the numbers game. It's the numbers game with him, so he's not going to make the team.
Devin Moore and Josh Butler. Josh Butler buried on the depth chart, couldn't stay healthy last year or whatever. So, yeah, he's buried down deep on the depth chart. So what do you think turns out with this? I know you already talked about who you think is going to be starters, Bland and Durant. You think those should be the guys, or you really think Durant or Bland should probably be in the slot with Revel and Durant on the outside. Mm-hmm. So really Revel and Durant should be your starters with Bland coming in, in that slot. But how do you think it's going to shake out?
Yeah, the money won't allow that to happen. So
let's look at who's going to be cut. We obviously know those 3 is going to be a lock. The rest I kind of feel like is up for grabs.
Triquez Bridges is getting cut. Amir Speed is getting cut. Josh Butler. Devin Moore stays. Zion Childress, they like him, but he cut to me. He didn't even practice.
He's like that hybrid, right? Like where he's kind of playing corner
he can play
safety.
Corner and safety. And he's got some good size, too. He was like their darling last year, but he's been hurt, so I think they can cut him and bring him back. But Reddy Stewart can play both, but they feel like he's too slow at the corner. That's why they moved him, or some people were hurt. But I like Reddy Stewart. I like him. But I feel like it's going to be your corners are going to be Kobe Durant, Deron Bland, Revel, Devin Moore, and I think they're going to keep Carson too. They're going to keep Kalen Carson because they're going to want to see him. He's their 5th-round pick. I think this is year 3 with him, right? Mm-hmm. And he has some bumps and bruises, and I feel like they want to see him. And he hasn't played bad. I'm not going to put that Seattle game on him like he was playing terrible. He didn't. So I feel like your backups are Kalen Carson, Revel, Devin Moore, and who else did I say? I think that's it.
So that would have been 6 total.
Yeah, six DBs.
So 6 DBs plus these 3 special teams guys. That puts us at 50 before touching safety.
The backup safeties.
No, I'm talking about for the 53 total.
Right, you're at 50, but you're not counting the starters. You're counting the last 3 are going to be backups.
No, we still have to account for the starters.
What?
So something, I don't know if the math didn't math right there, but
Yeah, because did you count? Because I counted 27. Did you count 24 without the special teamers? Because it's 27 with the special teamers, the starters.
I am counting. I'm just counting overall, whoever that we talked about that we were going to keep. So I don't know if something got mixed up there. Anyway, we can do a better, version of that before the season. This is kind of this ain't a real projection. This is as of right now. So, things can change with the preseason, but.
Well, even if you had it at 50, right?
Who'd you mention? Did you say Reddy Stewart?
No, I didn't count Reddy Stewart.
Okay, yeah, so I don't know. Something just was off with the cut of the count. It's at 50. It doesn't matter though. We'll get it right.
So if it's at 50 right now.
Yeah, so then you'd have Hooker,
PJ
Thompson,
Locke.
down, so that would be 53. So something ain't right there. I think you'd have to keep 5 corners.
Yeah, because it should be 27 up and down. That's 27 starters right there, and then the backups. If you started from down there, because I did it myself when I counted the 27, because I added the 4 safeties, and I think you could only add maybe 1 more after that, and I added Julius.
4 safeties.
The 4 safeties. Caleb Downs, they're counting Downs as a safety.
Okay, yeah, we're not gonna figure out the number thing, but it's all right. We'll
But what I'm saying is, like, if you got Downs is considered a safety too. I know they got him at a nickel, but he's considered a safety. That's the 4 safeties. And if you go
they don't
add
have, yeah.
you're just going to add 1 left.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's why it would probably be. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'd be thinking I'm going to go with Wood, but I don't know if they would try to keep Marquise Bell because of that contract. That's the sticky one.
Yeah. So Elijah Clark gone, even though he's good on special teams. Zion Childress, you think gone?
Yeah, that he's going to cut, but they're going to bring him back. Clark is the tough one too because he's damn good at special teams. You know what I mean? That special teams means a lot with Dallas. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm hoping Julius continue to play good on special teams because I feel like they'll push Clark out the way if Julius continues to play good on special teams. He's got to really make his mark on special teams.
So Stewart's going to get cut again.
I think Stewart's going to get cut again because I don't think anybody's going to jump out there and grab Stewart. You feel me? I don't feel like somebody jump up there and grab Reddy Stewart.
Squad guy.
I feel like they're like they'll slide through and they can scoop him back up. But he's been playing pretty decent. But I think he'll slide through and they can bring him right back.
Hey, what's up, Lee Harrison over on Facebook? Appreciate you.
Lee Harrison, what's up with you, dog?
I don't even really know who Darion Kendrick is.
You ain't got to worry about it.
So gone.
I think he's number 15.
Okay, yeah.
15.
I was wondering who that was. I didn't.
Yeah, I think that's him.
Yeah, no. PJ Locke is a lock.
Right.
Veteran. Christian Parker guy.
Yeah, and he's only on a 1-year deal.
Ain't like he did nothing, but he's just going to, do it off of what, he is already.
That's why I said the 2 people that I would say that you would – I like Clark too. I feel like Clark, Wood, and maybe Childress are your future because you're not going to have Malik Hooker there next year, G. You're probably not going to have P.J. Lott. And you really don't need to have Marquise Bell. You need to do the switcheroo with those. Those guys are better. And I'm going to just say one last thing about Julius. If you cut him, he's gone. Somebody else going to pick him up quickly. Secondly, if you really give him a real opportunity, I ain't saying a starter. I ain't saying that. But really keep him on the squad. And if he ever got a real opportunity, this is what he's been living for. He's a different animal. And I know him. And you know, when you say this will mean everything to him, when you just know when you finally get somebody the chance that he can really show you, they explode. That's what's going to happen with him, I'm trying to tell you. So don't make the mistake and cut him. I don't care about that damn salary with Marquise Bell. It's not going to hurt you. Don't be silly and keep Marquise Bell over Julius Wood this year. He's not the better player.
Yeah, so again, I think these preseason games are going to kind of – did Bell play in the preseason game against Seattle?
He started.
I can't remember. Okay, yeah, so we're going to see that kind of take shape over these next couple games. But, yeah, I think that pretty much will wrap it up then for the defensive side of it. So you said keeping for corners again, Bland, Carson, Durant, Revel, and Devin Moore. And then maybe Speed or Butler.
Yeah,
or just the five.
I just feel like it's going to be those five.
Yeah, because Downs
like
can
that.
kind of help you as a corner as well because he's that hybrid. I don't even look at him like, a certain position. It feels like he kind of just going to be all over.
Wherever you can put him, he'll be a nice little chess piece in that secondary. So that's why I think he gives them great flexibility, jumping down in the box, moving in the slot, jumping back at your deep safety, quarters. I think that's why they like him, because you need that versatility. They've already said that they want their guys to be able to be multiple.
Yeah, he's like that safety linebacker hybrid kind of thing. A corner, safety, linebacker hybrid. Like you just play all those positions.
For sure.
All right, just a real quick glance at this game. What are you looking for from the game against the Cardinals? It's going at Arizona Saturday night, late one, 10 o'clock at night. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm thinking about doing a play-by-play, but that's really late, 10 o'clock at night. So I might go for the first half or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But what are you looking for in that game?
Me, I'm just looking for consistency from this offensive line, the backups. Can they step up? Because remember, they kind of uneven in that Seattle game, and you want to see what they look like. These cornerbacks, particularly, I want to see Carson again. Devin Moore, he didn't play last game, I don't think, so I definitely want to see him. I want to see the linebackers, Curtis Robinson, Justin Robinson, that battle. Obviously, I want to see my dog Wood go off again because I need him to continue to stack days. I really need him to show up in that special teams because that's really going to get you on the squad. Well, you've seen what you can do elsewhere, but really show up in that special teams because that'll almost be like they can't deny you. So I hope he steps up and makes another. He had a big one-on-one tackle in that Seattle game. I hope he has something like that again. On the offensive side, obviously, I want to see Camden Brown, dog, keep on, continue stacking and turning up and looking good. I hope and pray Michael Trigg's toe is okay because I want him to play. We need to see more from Michael Trigg. And then the backups in the running game. Jaden Blue, they're both questionable, so I hope Jaden Blue can play. I'm out on Phil Maffa. I ain't even talking about Phil Maffa no more. So I want to see some Izzy. I want to see how he looks, some more. Well, I think I already know what Malik Davis can do. I don't need to see no more Malik Davis, but I want to see what Izzy looks like and Jaden Blue, and then obviously the battle between Clark. I'm sorry, with Joe Milton and Sam Howell. We really want Joe Milton to take another step in this game so we can feel good, better than last year. If something were to happen, that he can come in and actually win some games.
Yeah, you kind of pretty much covered everything that I could possibly want to look for in the game. So I don't really have nothing that you didn't say, but yeah, I want to see for sure on defense. I want to see if Barham can play. I'm not sure what the update is on the injury, but if he could come back and play, I'm gonna love that. So I really want to see what Barham can do if he's able to get in there, and then just kind of see. I want to see something from Devin Moore. Has he been able to, I want to see something happen there. And I wish they would give the starters a little bit more time. Maybe they will in one of these games. I mean, I want to see
ain't
Revel a
doing
little
it.
bit more than
They
one series.
scared.
I want to see Caleb Downs a little bit more in one series.
They
Like,
scared.
let him really get some work. But I wish so. Aside from that, though, I mean, I don't really know for defense, but I mean, I really hope to see Barham come in there and play. But the rest of the guys ain't really gonna see the field anyway. Not too much.
Yeah, one thing I did like about Jason Garrett, he played them starters in that preseason. That's the one few things I really liked about him. He always let them starters get some burn. And, I mean, you got these dudes on bubble wrap, dog. I get it, but damn, even these top teams and all these other teams are playing their starters at least one series or two series, like, and then, okay, you don't play no more. Damn, stop being so damn scary. Like, that's scary to me. I get it, but it's still scary as shit to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what the hell's it showing me? Every team. Yeah, they was just showing the injury update there, and I did not see Barham's name on the list, so that's good news.
Yeah, get him all kind of burn. I love him play all damn game.
Yeah, he's off the injury list. He ain't even on there anymore.
If he could play all game, I want him playing all game.
But yeah, there you see Blue and Trigg, and those guys need the time. They don't need to be missing no time. They need to get these games in because it's probably going to be their only chance to play this season very much. But
And
unless
Phil
Blue
Maffa.
will probably get a little bit more. Yeah, Maffa with the rib injury.
I'm out on Phil Maffa.
Yep. I just think the politics side of it,
That
which
is
is what people like to
politics.
talk about a lot, is what's they're gonna want to see what what he can do. And
I
from what I
know.
understand, right, this is the kind of back shot he likes, right? These bigger backs. So
Izzy's better than
look at
him, and
Davis
he's
and Blue,
young
they're
too.
small.
That's whack.
Yeah,
Izzy is better
You never
than
know
him.
though.
Like,
Maybe
nah.
maybe it'll be a surprise, and then he'll
No.
make the team. Izzy over Davis and Maffa.
No, it's not going to happen.
What if you got Williams, Blue, and Izzy?
That won't happen. I love that.
I think it could happen depending on what happens in these preseason games. I think that's going to be a big tell, especially if Blue does play, and then maybe they let Izzy get in a little bit more with at least like the second team, which would be the third team, really.
But he's got to do better because, I think Joe Milton had a pass to him on a rollout, and he dropped it. You got to catch the ball. You got to every little opportunity. You got to understand. You guys against a stacked deck. You're going against guys who were drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, so they have the first. If you're a free agent draft pick, they're always going to get the first burn. So you have to play out of your mind, especially if you're coming from the outside in. You have to play out of your mind for Dallas to be like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but as just to finish up for offense, I want to continue to see that quarterback battle. That's a good, fun battle to watch right there, and those guys are only making each other better. So I'm excited to see what this brings out of Joe Milton. I really hope he just continues to not make it where they want to cut him. You know what I mean? Like, you can't cut him if you see him, he's playing. When he was in there, I mean, Sam Howell too, but when Milton came in, you felt like the offense was really energized and moving. And I just want to see that continue with him in there. I don't want to see him come out and only put up 3 points. I want to see touchdowns. So hopefully he can take advantage of that. Probably play the first half, I would guess, tomorrow night. And then the running back thing, if Blue plays. And then Michael Trigg, you said it, like everybody. Camden Brown, obviously we want to see that again and see him continue to be consistent, because that's going to, if he continues to do that, we're going to be like, there goes another Victor Cruz type guy here, because that's where Victor Cruz blew up. We talked about that before.
Crazy, and you saw what Victor Cruz did after that.
Yeah, and like he did all his damage in the preseason that year, and then he just came out of nowhere and exploded. So you could see something like that with this guy.
Because remember, he had like one game, he had like 3 touchdowns in one game.
He's just not going to get the opportunities this season, but he may if there's an injury.
Well, like
real
me
quick.
and Marcus had that conversation. I already see this is the future, and this is. I hope this ain't the beginning of the end for George Pickens. But if he has a monster year, he's going to want money. That agent, they don't like him. They're going to say, "We got Brown, we got Flo, we got 3 strong. We're good, and we're going to draft. We're good."
I feel like Dak Prescott's opinion on that is also going to matter a lot, because you wouldn't want to cut
see.
Pickens and piss Dak off. So I don't really know, unless it's just not able to happen because of contracts or whatever. But
That's the only reason why it's not going to happen, because he has that agent. They don't like that agent. That agent going to want money. And if Pickens gets another 100 catch year, hell no. Then he going to be like, no, we want big time money. I feel like that's where Pickens got to step in, because he works for you. You don't work for him. He works for you. You said, I want you to be my agent. You feel me? He didn't come recruit you and say, hey, come over here. I want some. No, you did. You chose that. So he works for you. So you tell him what to do. He don't tell you what to do. So sometimes that great money might always be the greatest situation, because I feel like you were made for Dallas. I feel like you love Dallas. I feel like Dallas loves you. You love Dallas. The fans love you. Like, I feel like this is the perfect situation for you. I made a video about it as we get ready to get off here, G, about the Bengals. And I'm going to keep going to it. When Joe Burrow, when T. Higgins was up, he said, I don't give a hell what you do. You better not let him go. You better keep him here. He needs to stay here. And Cincinnati Bengals are like, in money value, like 32nd, 31st in the league, while Dallas Cowboys is number 1. And Mike Brown is one of the cheapest owners ever. And he signed both of them, okay? So I heard it wasn't the greatest deal for Higgins, but he still got the deal done. And I feel like that's what should have happened with Dallas. They should, because I feel like if you have Pickens, Dak, and CeeDee, you always got a chance. You can always continue to build that defense each year. You don't have to really worry about that offense so much because you got them 3. And as long as you got them 3, you're going to win because you're going to be explosive. Because you can't stop that. That's why Joe Burrow said keep Higgins, because no matter what you do, even if you try to build up this defense, we can always still score points. We'll always still kind of be competitive because we can always score. You know what I mean? Get this defense together, we'll be a complete team. But we always got to have that threat to score on people whenever. And that's what they should have been thinking about with the Pickens thing, not just saying, we're franchise tagging you. We ain't even going to try to negotiate a deal. Because, bro, I don't want you franchise tagging him again. You said I can get picks from him. That's all good, but you making a mistake on this George Pickens thing. You making a mistake. That's just my opinion. You making a big mistake on this one. You should not let him out the building. He should never leave Dallas.
All right. Let's wrap this thing up. Get up out of here. It's been a nice long show tonight.
Sure was.
We went long, but it was a good one.
It didn't feel like it was that long.
Hour and a half, 90 minutes. Thank you guys who have been actually sitting here with us for this long. Some of you probably have been in since the beginning, and we really love that. Make sure you check back in. You know, we're going live all the time now and posting content daily. So if you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you're not missing anything that we post. Definitely hit that like button for us on the video. Definitely helps us out. We really appreciate it. Vondell, I see you over there on Facebook.
Vondell.
He said, just real quick, he's seen we're looking at Joey Porter Jr. for a trade. I'm not sure where he saw that, but that wouldn't be bad.
That wouldn't be bad at all, because remember,
we need corner.
I said we needed a corner, and I said that's where the next money might go to as far as them picking up a guy. We'll see.
Yep, and that's going to wrap it up for us. And, I might be here on Saturday night going live, so we'll see what happens. But if not, at the very least, we'll be bringing you some kind of content or coverage throughout the game. Go follow him on his Twitter if you haven't already. And then,
like and share, subscribe on all of our platforms. TikTok, we got TikTok, right?
TikTok's going, yep. Instagram.
We got the Instagram.
It's either going to be the BGJ Show or Producer G, one of the two. That's where you find us. Just search those names, and we'll be coming up.
Like and subscribe.
Got to catch them shorts. Them shorts are hot.
Yeah. Our shorts are banging. G gonna produce some fire shorts from here. So like the hell out of them shorts, because our shorts are banging. We got some of the best shorts out there. So make sure you keep on subscribing, liking, all that good stuff. Get ready to see us. I won't see you Saturday because I'm seeing Mr. Don't Play. Project Patton is BI.
Project Patton.
ETs, LBs, and the Cowboys, you tuning in to the team that win.